And I got one. You can look this up on YouTube for Banjo-Kazooie, narrated by Jon Lovitz. Yes, indeed. And he would be like, oh, it's the bear and the bird, and they're at it again. It was the first game or whatever. And I remember he would say the names of the levels, and one of them he went, Bubble Gloop Swamp. It was so great because it's fucking Jon Lovitz.
I am so glad that I am still recording. I was like, oh, this will be a lovely end conversation. Jon Lovitz Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes, it was a Toys R Us VHS.
It is 10 minutes long.
Yeah, it goes through so much of the game.
All right. I'm going to release this part as a bonus episode. What? Okay. All right.
That was the intro to the game.
What? How much do you think he got paid for this? Oh. All right, like all right.
So maybe like 20, 30,000? He doesn't sound like bored and hateful. He sounds lost. Like he has no idea of like, all right, so it's the beak busting. Okay, guys, we're going to need a couple of takes of this.
There's a lot of alliteration with words that don't make sense. So what is this? It's a bear who's like a bird friend? And they play the banjo?
What do you mean she's in a backpack? Ah.
My best friend was murdered by his wife.
Oh, God. Yeah, there's an outtake of this where he's like, I miss Phil. Jealous?
It stinks.
That's something that apparently Jon Lovitz does if he's got a new clothing item or he shows up with a date somewhere and someone comments like, oh, I like the jacket, or like, oh, who you got there? And he'll look at you and go, jealous?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
He lets people in on the bits.
Yes.
He's like he's a jukebox and he's always playing his hits. That one's free.
Yeah, he knows how his bread is buttered.
Yeah. By $5 handouts from taking a picture. The Jon Lovitz Theater doesn't pay for itself.
So here's a question. If you run into Jon Lovitz, you're like, oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. He's like, oh yeah, biggest fan, I'm sure. And you say like, man, I loved you in Little Nicky. And he'll go, oh, maybe you are a big fan. They go, I really thought you were great in The Brave Little Toaster. He's like, okay, maybe you actually are a fan. You go, but the Banjo-Kazooie Toys R Us tape. He would go, what are you talking about?
Oh, they paid me before that shoot. I was so high. He does. Here's the thing. You're right. He did sound lost at the beginning. Now he sounds kind of pissed.
He thought there were only 2 levels in the game. And they're like, no, we have like 3 times the copy.
There's a good level of resentment. Yes.
This game though, classic.
I didn't get to play it a lot.
Oh man,
Banjo-Tooie, that needed an expansion pack too.
Oh, Banjo-Tooie was kind of a disaster.
And Perfect Dark.
Oh, Perfect Dark was. I didn't play a lot of Perfect Dark, but no, I did actually. But man, that was an ambitious game. That's the thing with Rare is they were really ambitious.
Yeah, and then they fired everyone and they made Time Splitters. I loved Perfect Dark. What I loved about Perfect Dark is that you played with fucking Sims. Like, you played with bots.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first games where you could just play with bots, and you and your friends could play with like fucking 4 other people.
Yeah. The laptop gun, do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
That was the coolest shit.
The Stinger, the Stinger missile.
Shut your ass up.
Motherfucking 90.
Freeze easy peak. Hearing him say Kazooie is just.
He's like hating his life.
That Gobi's Valley take was just he didn't want to do another one, and they were like, you're not doing it right. You need to do it again.
I'm only doing it once. That was it. Put some reverb on it. Jon Lovitz just turns into like a Conan O'Brien character.
Oh, yeah.
But when Conan O'Brien's trying to be a prick.
Yeah, that's just what Jon Lovitz is naturally.
Hey, can I smoke some weed real fast?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna turn this thing on. Is that okay?
Oh, that's fine.
This is bonus
This is a
content
bonus.
anyway.
This is for the 8 people who are going to listen to this on a Thursday.
Smoking weed, everybody.
Smoking weed. She's smoking weed.
And biting and cannabis.
So there were games that I don't know what the first, like, the Godfather of the.
They're going through every fucking level of.
Oh
this
yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah. I don't know what the Godfather of the 3D platformer was. It might have been Mario 64 but like I think PlayStation had like Gex, but it was like
Yeah.
it's a 3D platformer. There are a bunch of different worlds with the overworld, and the worlds are like, there's a desert one, there's a snow one, there's a trash space one or whatever.
Yeah.
And there were so many ones that I couldn't get into, like Gex. But Mario 64 was a damn classic, and Banjo-Kazooie, for some reason, to me, was like a good example of that.
Man, I loved me some Mega Man 64.
I never played that. I could never find that.
It was it. I think that was a rental for me too. I finally I've saved up the money to actually rent it. Like,
Oh, man.
rather than just like letting life. Like, I spent a lot of my childhood just kind of like wandering around and not really intending on being anywhere.
In video games?
Just in life.
Just walking around the woods?
He was a woodsman.
A woodsman. I love that. I got a lot of respect for that.
So whenever I would be at a movie rental place, I never intended on being there, so I never had money to actually rent anything.
Sure, yeah.
But I remember one time I actually did like save up a little bit of money and rent Mega Man 64 because I thought it was time. And then I did the thing where I just stayed up for like 48 hours and played it.
We just played that thing.
Oh yeah, nothing felt better than renting a video game and then just staying up all night playing it.
Because, God, it was so new and fresh and
Oh yeah, I did that with Spider-Man 2.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's a damn classic. Have you played the Spider-Man PS4 game?
I have. It's great.
Yeah, it's really great.
Feels good.
Oh, it feels good.
The swinging has to feel good.
Yes, and
If the
boy, does
swinging's-
it ever.
Yeah, if the swinging's bad, the whole game's bad.
Yep. The first time I played it, actually, I'm sorry. The first month I played that game, I would just get stoned and swing forever. So by the time I was like, okay. He's yelling. Turok 2.
Wait, what?
They're previews.
Oh, okay. Wait.
I never played F-Zero X.
Oh, we loved it. Yeah, that was an underrated racing game. It was really fun. I mean, yeah.
This is a top level game like of all time.
Yeah. If I take a
Whoa, are you seeing this?
Conker's Bad for a Day?
But they called it something else. They called it like 12 Tales Conquer 64. So that was before they made it an adult game.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So when they made this, they were like working on Conquer, and it was still a kid's game.
Yeah, and then he got his dick out.
Yeah. What a crazy
like a lot
move.
of Gen X.
Yeah.
He
What
got
a
his dick
crazy go for broke move.
Let's just make it a dirty drunk squirrel.
Yeah.
God damn. Awesome, man. Well, thank you for coming over.
Yeah.
I appreciate this little golden
Oh, dude.
nugget.
Oh, you gotta. Yeah. Wait, is that at the end of the podcast? Is there no more
I think-
Dreamcast story?
No, that's it.
Well, that is when the Dreamcast died. Yeah.
Yeah, as PlayStation came out and they pulled the plug, they literally said, "Oh, we're fucking done. That's it."
Wow.
And they said we're getting out of the hardware industry. We're just gonna sell games, and that's when that.
And they kind of did, because the Nintendo bought them or whatever, and was like, yeah, we're just doing Sonic games. We're not going to come out with a new fucking console or whatever. Wow.
One sec, let me turn this thing off.
Pidgeotto.